Well, Chaplain Chris Smartt, so good to see you today. Thanks so much for being with us.
I am excited to be here. It is good to see all of these beautiful faces. Good to see you, Pastor Jarrett.
You are loved here at Champion Forest, and just so grateful for your ministry here. And God had used you in a great way the years that you served on our team, and now He's using you serving the United States Army. And I'm proud of you. Tell us a little bit, just catch us up on where you're at and what you're doing.
Okay, so we are on a 9-month deployment to Lithuania. A lot of soldiers away from home. They're busy, moving tanks and Bradleys and that kind of stuff across borders, across nations. What it means is there's a ton of ministry to be had. A lot of people are hurting for different reasons. And the beautiful thing is I've come equipped with an answer that they need to hear, and I get to spend my time telling people about Jesus all day, every day. And we've seen baptisms, we've seen salvations, and we have seen major growth in the lives of soldiers. It's been absolutely awesome.
I love hearing that, Chris. And you're there for 9 months, and you've been there for 5. So I know that kind of the halfway mark, if you will. How are spirits there? Tell us what are some of the biggest needs of the soldiers that you're ministering to.
Yeah, I think this is the point where soldiers begin to question, like, why can't we be doing what we're doing at Fort Cavazos at home? Why do we have to be here? And they've been here a long time, and they're looking at the calendar and they're saying to themselves, and we still have a long time to go. So morale is typically at its all-time low here. What soldiers need most is to hear from people saying, hey, we appreciate you, we love you. Gifts are always good. And when I say gifts, protein bars and toothbrushes and letters from home and that kind of stuff is what really helps a soldier. If they've got kind of a droopy face, they're any note from home, you'll see a phone call from a spouse or an aunt or an uncle. If you know of anybody that's out here or anything like that, man, give them a call. That makes a big difference. But really just encouragement.
Yeah.
Really just encouragement is what they need.
I know as a church, we have a great military ministry that sends care packages from time to time. So grateful for all of those that volunteer in that ministry. Tell us, Chris, just your church is here listening to this interview, watching this interview. What are some ways that we can be praying for you specifically as you serve these soldiers?
Yeah, and I want to tell you, Pastor, there are care packages on their way already from Champion Forest. We've received devotionals. Those are huge from Champion Forest. That's been awesome. The way that we can pray, I have literally been praying with as much, just the amount of soldiers that are away from home and this opportunity. I have been praying that revival would take place on this FOSS, and I'm seeing it. And I feel like I'm not leading it. I feel like I'm trying to hold on to what God's doing because it's just such an awesome opportunity. But I would appreciate prayer in that, and not that it would just be a one-time thing, but it would be a life-changing event. That would probably be the best thing, and maybe even some creativity of how to meet the needs. I'm not as young as I used to be. These soldiers are young, and I'm not as hip as I once was. So sometimes just creativity to maybe reach that gaming crowd or the social media crowd or any way that I can reach them. I would love that people could partner in prayer, just that we could reach them for the kingdom of God.
Well, I can promise you, as soon as we end this interview, we'll be praying for you as a church. And Chris, today, we just recently redid our Wall of Honor here at our Champions campus. And we went behind your back because you wouldn't give us a picture, and we made a picture. We got it right here, and it's going on our brand new Wall of Honor so people can go by there and just be reminded of your service as a chaplain, and a reminder to be praying for you and those soldiers you're leading.
Pastor, for so many years, when I knew that I was working in a bank and I was part-time with the Conroe campus at the time, I would walk by that wall all the time, and I would think of the men and women who sacrificed so much. And you know what? I wanted to be a part of that team. And I will tell you, I have loved the very second that I walked on Champion Forest's campus and see the commitment to men and women that are there. And I'm telling you, y'all have caught me off guard with that picture. And let me tell you, I'm trying not to get emotional, but thank you so much. That is probably the biggest blessing that you could ever do. Keep the toothbrushes and the that right there.
Well, God bless you, Chris. God bless you. We thank you for your service, and we're praying for you all the way here from Houston, Texas.